So you're 19 years old. Now you're living in your boy's basement in Fort Lee, New Jersey.
Yeah. What happens then?
What happens then? Like, where do things kind of go?
I start working construction after about a year of living in that
With a
basement.
fucked up back, you're doing construction?
So I start hanging like 70 stories in the sky in New York doing window washing and repair.
I remember this.
shit.
Yeah. I remember that shit,
$15 an hour.
$15 an hour?
Yep.
To being up there in New York City, you're getting paid $15 an hour.
I was 103 stories hanging from 2 ropes with no basket.
I thought they
I
made
was so
bread.
desensitized to it. I was only making $15. People in the buildings would tell me like, "Oh, you must be making a killing."
God dang, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
Like, I'm barely making minimum wage.
So, look, I got fired from there at the end of the day. Great people helped me out to get the job. Somebody that was my old neighbor that was with my uncle.
Yeah.
Great businessman. We're actually going to conduct business now. But I got fired because I was just a young kid who was telling everybody to do things better in their life, pretty much. I started calculating like the cost per job, how many jobs we can go to,
of course,
how much time we're wasting.
Yeah.
And it started to become a problem for me because I would kind of have people telling me like, you're not paid to think, you're just paid to do this. That.
Right.
And that was like, for me, it was never really going to work. It was always going to be falling out like that then.
Right.
So after that job, I got hired in a concrete job. We were just fixing roadways. I was there for about a year and a half. And then COVID hit. And right when COVID hit, I had gotten sick right before it, and I told my supervisor or whatever, I can't come in. And he's like, take off until Monday, like trying to punish me for this.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like because you're not getting paid. There's no PTO. It's like you show up or you don't get paid.
Yeah. So then I didn't go back from there, and that's when I started my real estate business. And at the time, I had started my real estate business a couple months before I left the job, and they would always hear me talking about it. All these guys, and they would laugh about it. They would just giggle.
That's how it is.
People don't like it when you're doing something else and you're
especially when you have big dreams, right?
And at this job, I was making great money. I'm very blessed that they gave me the opportunity. I love these people still to this day, but I was making about $76 an hour. You know, being 22 years old.
That's incredible. Yeah.
Like paving roads?
Yeah. Well, I was doing the manual concrete work.
Of course.
And now in my head, I knew that I was doing this, but I was destroying my body, that I already had problems with my back.
Right.
So I wanted to get in and out, or to upgrade to some type of position where I can improve the situation in a mass scale.
Absolutely.
So guess what happens again? We end up getting fired for thinking too much. I started calculating how much concrete we need per hole, how many holes we need to do per day, what can be done, you know.
You're always thinking like ahead. Like the next step.
And just to be told, like, you know, you're not paid to think, or like, go use this machine. And because I don't know how to use this machine, it means that I don't know how to calculate the concrete that we're using, and maybe increase our earnings by, you know,
X amount,
God
right?
only knows, yeah.
It sounds like you always had like a business acumen for this stuff. You were always
exactly.
Like,
I didn't want to get paid by the hour, even if it was $100 an hour. I wanted to get paid by the efficiency. How quick and
like you were result driven. You weren't
exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. So